Our next guest first made his mark on stage with Richard Burton in London. He's been the artistic director of Stratford, appears regularly in The X-Files, and now Emily of New Moon. But most importantly, he starred in one of my favorite movies, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Please welcome John Neville. John Neville, ladies and gentlemen. John, pleasure to have you here.
It's a great pleasure to be here.
Let me ask you this, and there's no other way to put it, actually. Why did you come to Canada? It's wonderful to have you here.
I needed a job.
All right.
No, I was asked to come to Ottawa to direct a play called The Rivals by Sheridan, and I fell in love with Canada and phoned my wife in England and said, I think we're moving. And she said, oh, what, again? So we're the whole family are here, and we've been here 26 years, and we love this country very, very much indeed.
So you start a new life in a new country, and you choose to tell your wife where you are. How odd. I understand you're also just in Hungary. What were you doing there?
I was doing a wonderful movie with one of the world's greatest film directors, István Szabó, the man who directed and wrote Mephisto, among other movies, which won the Academy Award for Best Foreign Movie. And it's one of the best movie experiences I've had. And I have to go back next Monday to finish off the work I do there.
I think I read about this film in Maclean's last week. It's the one that takes, it's almost an epic film. It takes place through 3 generations.
3 generations, yes, yeah, that's right,
yeah.
And it's just a wonderful script. Yeah. And he is an incredible director. And when he works, everybody on the set goes very quiet. I've never been on a film set where everybody, the crew, are quiet. And he just says the shh. And he never, ever says action.
So this is a silent movie?
No.
Not a lot of market for those.
Not while I'm on.
Good, good. And how did you get the role? What role do you play?
I play the elder Gustav, who's one of the family. And the younger actor from Britain plays me, younger. They didn't think I could do the young actor, apparently. But what? What about that?
Trust me, they don't say anything.
No.
Now, how did you get this role?
Well, he came to Canada and came to Toronto, and I was asked to be interviewed by him. He interviewed me, and we talked for about 40 minutes, and it was supposed to be like every 15 minutes another actor goes in. But after 40 minutes, I said, I think I should go, really, because... And he said, no, I've got lots to talk about, and we talked. And then a little later, I was offered the part in the movie.
So he wanted you to stay and talk, and you thought it was time for you to go?
Yes, yes.
Really?
But anyway, he called later, and I was given the role.
You would think you would have learned your lesson after you missed out on the role of Dirty Harry in 1971. When they ask you to stay, that's a good thing. When they want you to
I
sit
guess it
around
is. Yeah, I'll learn eventually.
Yeah. You keep plugging.
Yes.
Now, did you have to learn to play? You had to learn to play the piano for this role too.
Yes, yes. Well, Rosemary Harris, an old friend of mine, and I had to play a Schubert duet, and they hired a piano teacher to get it. Now, this piano teacher was a diminutive little woman with a heart of steel. And what she did, she would stand by the keyboard and move my hands about like this. And I got rather testy about this, really. And I said to her, you know, we shoot this tomorrow. You're not going to be able to stand there like that, and you're certainly not going to be able to move my hands. I said, let me explain something to you, Daisy. That's Hungarian for Daisy.
Right.
Yeah. This isn't really about music. It's about acting. And several people over the course of the years have said I'm quite good at that. The next day in the makeup trailer, I said, have you read the newspapers? Big headline. Piano teacher murdered on film set. Canadian actor jumps in the Danube.
Man, I could listen to you talk for hours. I know all these stories can't be true, but I love it. Now, you also play the role of course, the well-manicured man in the
Yes.
X-Files. I thought you were fabulous in the movie. By the way. Do they accede to your schedule, John? Do they work around you? Because I know you want
Yes,
to do theater.
they do, because I'm not a regular character. I'm a recurring character. So if I've got something else I'm doing and I want to do, I just inform them, and they say, "Look, that's fine." And I went to England summer before last to do a play on stage with Peter Ustinov, and I said to them, "I'll be away 2 months." And when I got back, there were 2 episodes for me to do. So it's a very good arrangement, very generous of them.
And they love to have you there. You're one of the more popular recurring characters.
Yeah, it's a nice role.
All right.
Nice
So
role.
we're going to go to commercial now, but we'll be right back with more John Neville, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with more John Neville, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you recently did a guest role on Star Trek.
Oh, yes.
What role did you play?
Sir Isaac Newton.
All right, that was in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes, Star Trek, and the man that the apple fell on his head, you know.
Right.
And I did it. Funny lot they are tonight, aren't they? They're not a classical crowd, are they?
No, my guess is they're not allowed to stay up that late.
Ah.
Tittering out of nervousness. Now, Star Trek: The Next Generation, it was obviously took place on the holodeck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did it because I wanted to meet Stephen Hawking.
All right. Now, I didn't. The role was there was a bunch of scientists playing poker.
Einstein,
Right.
and Isaac Newton, me, and Stephen Hawking, and we were playing a round of poker, and of course he won.
Really?
Yes. Wouldn't you know it?
Well, when you're playing dead, guys, chances are you're going to get the pot. But you did this because you wanted to meet Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, and it was one of beautiful.
Did you enjoy that?
Very much. He
I
was
know
beautiful.
so many people have wanted to meet him.
He's just beautiful. He smiles all the time, and he's gentle, and just lovely, lovely man.
So
And
great
brilliant,
time
brilliant, obviously.
Now, you're also appearing in the new television, well, not a new television series, new for you, I guess. This is the 2nd or 3rd season of Emily of New Moon, and you just recently signed on in a role.
Yes, I joined in the 2nd season, which is, I think my first episode was last Sunday, and it's a very nice role. I play an elderly Scottish curmudgeon.
God, I wish you were my dad. It's all right, he never watches on Tuesdays.
And an elderly Scottish curmudgeon with a heart of gold, and I was brought
As
into
opposed to a heart of steel.
Exactly.
Piano.
Remember?
Yes. Yes.
The piano terrorist.
Right.
And I was brought into the series really as a role model or mentor for Emily, who is a charming girl and very wonderful in the role, I think.
Or the actress who plays
Yes,
Emily.
Martha McIsaac.
Yeah.
And she's lovely, and we get on very well together. So it's a lovely thing to do, and it's a very classy series, I think.
Well, if you're in it, it must be.
Thank you.
Now, you brought a clip with you.
Oh, yes. Yes. You
Well,
hear the Scottish...
what would you call a clip in the theater?
CNET?
CNET? Like that. Let's take a look at this clip. I know you enjoy the varied roles you played on television, but you did play in Othello with Richard Burton, did you know?
Yeah, oh, yes, on stage. Many years ago at the
What role did you play?
Both of them.
Really?
Yeah, we both played both. Not on the same night,
No,
of course,
no.
but
You switched back and forth.
yes, we'd switch back and forth. We alternated the roles.
I've heard you guys have big egos, but that would be ridiculous.
His was bigger than mine.
So some nights you played Iago, some nights he played Iago.
Yeah, the thing about it was that we changed over the next night after the first night. That was pretty scary.
Oh, you bet. I hated memorizing one soliloquy in high school. I
Yeah.
can't imagine what it would be like to memorize both roles.
And the tough thing about Iago is that he has no verse, which is something you can rely on. Iago has pretty well all prose. It's tough to learn.
He's sort of a haiku Shakespearean character.
Well, yes, yes, yes.
Please don't laugh at me, John. I want your respect.
Well, you've had it for a long time, haven't you?
Good.
I mean,
Thank you very much. Now, we have to go, but I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.
John Neville. Stay tuned for House and Homes. Linda Reeves.